Hello and welcome. Hopefully you guys are doing amazing. I'm Darcy from Zdigitizing, which is the world's best custom embroidery digitizing and vector art services provider. As you guys recently asked me to make a video about how to convert SVG to embroidery files, full tutorial, here I am. But before we continue, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't and click on the bell icon to get updated about our future videos. What is SVG? Scalable Vector Graphics, SVG, is a file format used for describing two-dimensional vector graphics. Unlike raster images such as JPEG or PNG, which are composed of a fixed grid of pixels, SVG uses mathematical equations to define shapes and lines. This vector-based approach allows SVG images to be scaled without losing quality or becoming pixelated. What are embroidery file formats? Embroidery file formats are specific file types used to store digitized embroidery designs. These files contain the instructions that embroidery machines need to stitch out a design onto fabric. Each embroidery machine model supports certain file formats, and using the appropriate format ensures that the design is accurately reproduced during the embroidery process. There are several commonly used embroidery file formats, including DST. It's one of the most widely used embroidery file formats and is supported by most commercial embroidery machines. It contains machine-readable code that defines the stitches, colors, and other design elements. PES is a popular file format used by brother embroidery machines. It can contain both stitch data and color information. EXP is a file format specific to Melco embroidery machines. It contains machine instructions for stitching out the design. JEF is the file format used by Genome embroidery machines. It stores design information such as stitch count and color data. VP3 is a file format used by Viking and PFAF embroidery machines. It stores design data including stitch types and color information. XXX is a file format used by some embroidery machines and software from CompuCon. It contains design information including stitches and colors. Choosing the right embroidery software. Let's explore the factors to consider when choosing embroidery software and highlight some popular options. Before selecting embroidery software, ensure that it is compatible with your embroidery machine and computer operating system. Some software might only work with specific machine brands or have limitations based on operating systems, so it's essential to check for compatibility. Evaluate the design features of the software. Look for tools that allow you to create and modify designs easily. Features like stitch editing, lettering, applique, and automatic digitizing can significantly enhance your design possibilities. A user-friendly interface is crucial, especially for beginners. Intuitive navigation and clear icons make it easier to learn and use the software effectively. Look for software with comprehensive tutorials and customer support to assist you in getting started. Popular embroidery software options: Wilcom Embroidery Studio, Hatch Embroidery Studio, Bernina Embroidery Software, Brother PE Design, Genome Digitizer MBX, and Brilliance Essentials. Converting SVG to embroidery files. The process of converting SVG to embroidery files typically involves the following steps. To convert SVG files to embroidery formats, you'll need embroidery software that supports SVG import and has the capability to create embroidery designs. Popular embroidery software options like Wilcom Embroidery Studio, Hatch Embroidery Software, and Brilliance Essentials offer SVG compatibility. Once you have the appropriate embroidery software, you can import the SVG file into the program. The software will recognize the vector elements of the SVG design and allow you to work with the individual shapes and objects. Embroidery software provides editing tools to modify the SVG design to suit embroidery requirements. You may need to adjust the size, position, and orientation of the design to fit within the embroidery hoops' limits. The most critical step in converting SVG to embroidery files is digitizing. Digitizing is the process of translating the vector shapes and paths into stitch data that an embroidery machine can understand. This involves assigning stitch types, densities, and directions to each element of the design. Embroidery software allows you to select thread colors for the design. You can manually assign colors or use the software's color matching feature to find the closest thread matches to the original SVG design. Before saving the design as an embroidery file, it's crucial to preview it in the software to ensure everything looks as intended. Some embroidery software also offers simulation features that allow you to see how the design will stitch out on the fabric. Once you are satisfied with the converted design, you can export it as an embroidery file in the format supported by your embroidery machine. Common embroidery file formats include DST, PES, EXP, JEF, and more. Finally, transfer the embroidery file to your embroidery machine using a USB drive or other compatible methods. Load the fabric and hoop into the machine, and the machine will stitch out the design following the digitize instructions. Converting SVG to embroidery files is a rewarding process that opens up new creative horizons for embroidery enthusiasts. Whether you choose to manually digitize or use auto-digitizing tools, understanding the nuances of the process is essential to achieve high-quality embroidery results. With the right embroidery software and attention to detail, you can convert your intricate SVG designs into beautiful embroidery masterpieces. So, grab your favorite SVG designs, choose your embroidery software wisely, and embark on a delightful journey of turning imagination into reality through the art of embroidery. Happy stitching! Looking to digitize your embroidery designs? Look no further than Zdigitizing, a reputable and skilled company offering comprehensive digitizing and vector art services worldwide. With a fast turnaround time and top-notch quality, Zdigitizing is the ultimate choice for all your digitizing requirements. Click the link below to receive a free quote in under 5 minutes and enjoy an exclusive 50% discount on all our services for potential customers first order. Hope it will be helpful for you guys. If there's any questions related to this video, you can simply ask in the comments section. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. And finally, thanks for watching.